Jesus was about to undergo the most difficult time of his life. He wasn't only facing the crucifixion, which was one of the most painful and disgraceful punishments that somebody could face. He was dreading something even worse, and it was this, that Jesus would be forsaken by his Father. Matthew chapter 27, verse 46. He took on sin and death for us in the most painful way you can imagine. 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 21 from the New Living Translation says, "For God made Christ, who never sinned, to be the offering for our sin, so that we could be made right with God through Christ." And as he withdrew to that dark and secluded place in the Garden of Gethsemane, he knew what lay ahead of him, and yet he surrendered himself as the Son of God who'd never experienced separation from his Father. He surrendered himself to God. 1 Corinthians chapter 2 verse 3 says, "I was with you in weakness and in fear and in much trembling." This is such a comforting scripture because it shows that when we are in our darkest moments, God is with us in our weakness and in our fear. Luke chapter 22 verse 42 says, "Father, if you are willing, take this cup from me, yet not my will, but yours be done." You see, Jesus submitted himself fully to the Father. He asked that God's will be done in his life, despite what he was feeling, despite the anxiety that he might have been feeling about what he was about to face, what he was about to take on for the sake of humanity. So today I want to ask you this. Are you submitting your will to the Father? Are you saying, "God, despite how I feel today, despite how I might feel in this situation, let your will be done. Let it be less of me and more of you. Let what you want in my life take precedence over what I want, regardless of how difficult it is, regardless of how I might be feeling, regardless of what I might be going through. Let your will be done and not my will." Today, are we submitting ourselves fully to God in every area of our life? Are we laying down every area of our life? Are we giving God our Gethsemane moment? I pray that this video blesses you, and I pray that it gives you food for thought. Because when all is said and done, our life, when we turn it over to Christ, is not our own. And if Jesus could sacrifice his life for us, we need to lay down our life for God, for Jesus. And we need to be saying, "Not my will, yet your will be done." God bless you. And remember, Jesus is the light of this world.
It says this, our God is awesome. He can move mountains. Keep me in the valley